All right, my friends. So today we are looking at another pair of headphones. These ones are from our friends over at Edifier. These are the Atom Max. So wireless over-ear headphones with active noise canceling, uh, Bluetooth, of course. 45 hours worth of battery, high-res audio, active noise canceling. These are in white. Now they do come in a bunch of different colors. So again, I'll have links down below if you guys want to go check them out, see what kind of colors they have. But for today, we're going to take an actual sound test, right? But we're actually going to put them actually up against the headphones that we reviewed 2 days ago, and that was these ones here. So these were the Anker Soundcore Q20i's. Now I actually like these headphones. They actually came up pretty good. I was like, all right, yeah, that's all right. 49 bucks. Come on. Like I wouldn't nowadays. I'd have a tough time spending $100 to $300 on headphones because for 50 bucks you can get like actually really good. Now, we are going to put them against that. I've been able to listen to those, but these ones here, the Atom Max from Edifier, again, active noise cancellation, again, 40 millimeter composite diaphragm drivers, so same kind of size for the drivers. Environmental noise canceling, ambient sound mode. Oh, that's different. They have that, right? These are a little different. Multi-point connection, kind of same, and a foldable design. So we're gonna crack this box open, and we are going to see which one we like best. Now again, same price point, right? So if you're someone that is gonna be spending $50 US, which headphones should you buy? Which headphones would I buy? I guess is the real question. So this opens up here. Same kind of idea, right? And now they look really white on here, but these ones, just like the actual Soundcores, are kind of this creamish, beigey color. We'll look at those in a second. Put that over there. You get well. First off, not that it matters a lot, but hey, we're comparing, right? We're comparing. So first off, we open this up. I'm gonna give the win to Edifier for the manual without even opening it up. See this? For those of us that are older, that's a much nicer manual without question. Plus, they give you a scan and download this app. I had to go searching for the app for the Ankers. So, or the Soundcores, I guess they are. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come in here and bring up my camera. We should just be able to do this. There we go. Is it nice and easy? Does it make it super simple? Manual or app? App. Yes. Get. Boom. And it's just a nicer manual. Again, does that matter? Well, it may matter to some. This was Soundcore's manual here, and I always complain as people get older, eyesight becomes an issue. Look at that, right? Which manual would you prefer? Bigger. I like bigger. Now, these ones do not come, and I don't know, do not seem to come. Now, I don't know if they would use, but a little bit of a win for the Ankers is that the Ankers actually came with your headphone connector, right? So if you want a hardwire, these ones don't seem to have that. Now, this one comes with another little thing here. I don't know what this is. Oh, safety information. Headphones. Anyways, this is USB-A to USB-C. Now, perk for Edifier. Look how long that cable is. Yes, I always complain about cables. Why do they give you such short cables? Edifier, thank you so much for giving me a cable. Look at this. Ankers, right? Where's that going? Where's that going? Everybody gives me these little tiny ones. I'm like, okay, that's great, but I need... What happens if I'm plugging this into a wall and I have a table up here? That's not going to reach. This... Thank you, Edifier. Okay, well, except for the fact that Edifier didn't give me set of this, which that's important actually. That's important. I wish they would. Like, I don't think there's anything else in the box. You know, just make sure. Just make sure. Nope, nothing else in the box. Does it say what's in the box? What's in the box? Soundcore. Oh, this is the wrong one. Gotta look over here. Does it say what's in the box? Does it say what's in the box? Doesn't seem to say what's in the box. No. Yep. See, headphones, manual, this. So no, none of that. So that is a bit of a win. You know, if you're new to wired headphones, you want wired. On occasion, like for me, when I edit, this is important because I need to make sure I have zero delay. Now, design-wise, I think I'm down with the Edifiers. So this, I'll just move them like that, right? This, there's the Edifiers. This is the Soundcores. Now, I'm going to say that the Soundcores definitely have, and I don't know why, but these just look cheaper. I don't know if it's just the way this plastic is or the mat that they use. It looks cheaper. I'm not saying it is cheaper, but it looks cheaper. This logo, yes, it looks very Beats-like to me. So I'm just like, This, though, I like. And I have to say, I got them the same color, so I could really kind of take a look. Both you can get in different colors for sure. I like the little accents here. This little accent color here is kind of like a silvery, bronzy kind of color. Like I don't know what that material is, but you can see it, right? They seem to have bigger mics on them as well. So I kind of like that. Button lies on the bottom. So here's the other thing then. Maybe that's why they didn't give you a set of those. There doesn't seem to be a 1/4 inch or a 1/8 inch, jack on the bottom of these, right? So if you want to be able to hardwire them in, I don't know if you can, right? I don't know if you can. I think these are Bluetooth only, whereas on here, you do have that jack. So if you need that, that would be that's a big thing for me, right? That would be a big thing for me because of the fact that when I'm traveling, especially on a plane, wherever I'm editing, I always hardwire because normally I edit with just speakers. But if I'm traveling, like I said, I always edit with headphones on. So I hardwire so that there's no delay, right? I need to have that boom, boom, boom. These have them. These do not. I like the right and left on the Soundcores. These have them up here, so it's not as if you're not going to know which side they're on. But I know what these sound like. Sound is important, yes? So this is going to be my right. Always remember kind of your controls. 99% of the time are going to be in your right hand. So let's put them on. Okay, same kind of idea. These feel tighter. And I'm going to take that as a positive, right? They feel tighter than the Soundcores. The Soundcores feel like they're not as tight on here. Take that as a positive or negative, depending on who you are. Not that they feel loose by any means, but not as tight. Okay. And the Edifiers, they seem higher quality, you know? And because of they're a bit tighter in here, they feel there's more substance to them. But you know what? That's physical stuff. These feel like, you know what, I could do whatever and they wouldn't fall off. These ones, I have a fairly decent sized head. I would think if you had a smaller head, they could shift a little bit. Not saying that they would, but you know, depending on how small your head was, these just feel like they are better. Button wise and everything, very, very similar. Has a Bluetooth button. Does this have a noise canceling button? You would hope it has a noise canceling button. My guess is this is power, but maybe it's mode as well. We'll find out. I could read the manual, but I don't. No. Okay, so easy access buttons, right? There. Right, 1, 2, 3. And yeah. Okay, let's turn those on. Okay, so we got power on. That's good. And you can tell I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure the noise canceling just kicked in. So I'm curious if I tap that button. Oh yeah, so the Bluetooth button is now ambient sound. Transparency mode, yeah, I'd say it works very, very similar. Sound quality wise, transparency mode is good. Then you have noise cancellation off. Again, very similar. I don't know which one seems better. These ones seem to have a better seal. Let's see, they're close. And then, oh no, this one has high noise. Oh, that's better. I can like you can hear my voice. The noise canceling is better on the Edifiers because it has high noise cancellation, and then it has ambient sound. So it has high. Okay, it has high noise cancellation. I wonder if you can go in here and do a not high, right? So let's go in here. May help if I actually put my password in to download it. It's coming. Edifier connects. Okay, so this is their app. Allow. Please connect Bluetooth for more control and settings. So first off, these are called the Atom. So I wonder if you can just search. Look how many pairs of headsets that these guys. Atom Max, right? Tap. This is going to be your manual, so that's kind of nice. Wired listening. Here we go. So what does this say? Oh, so you can do wired. So connect the headphones via USB-C cable. Wired listening will automatically disable Bluetooth mode. So you can use it. Now, that's great for me on a computer, right? So it does work. So I'm going to take away the fact that I kind of need this. And you could look at this actually as a positive as well then, because you don't have to carry two cables around, right? So you can actually plug this directly into your computer. And if you have your phone, then you use Bluetooth anyway, right? So, okay, that's good. This is, what was that cable? Because it's USB-A to USB-C. I kind of wish that they would have, for me on a Mac, right? It only has USB-C ports on it. So, on my MacBook Pro. So it would have been nice. I'm wondering if you could just use any traditional USB to USB-C. My guess would be yes. You just, if you have a USB-C to USB-C cables that had data over it, then you should be fine. I would think it worked. But that's good. Okay, that's good. That works. Let's go back into Bluetooth because maybe the fact of the matter is I didn't connect them because I didn't. Yeah, there they are. Edifier. Okay. Now, there we go. Now I'm on board. Okay. So now I'm going to open this up. Edifier. Right. Edifier connects. It should there we go. Connecting. We're on board. Connection successful. Yeah, so I like to see this as your battery. Of course, we have our settings, user control, tips to protect your privacy. Okay, I get it. It has a Find My. That's kind of cool. Do not wear. Click search, then the product will play audio. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. I'm curious here. Ready? Search. Found. Okay, I like that. That's a win. That's a win for sure. Let's put those back on. It says don't wear them while that happens, and I get that, right? It has your prompt volume. It's got way more settings. Control settings, none. Sound control. That's your multifunction button. So if you click it, it'll go into high. So you do have different modes for it, what it'll go through. So I could actually say items can be selected 2 to 3. So you can select 2 to 3 sections. So let's say you're a person that only used, I don't know, ambient, high, and wind reduction. So I could click, I should be able to take that one off and turn that one on. And now when I go through them, right, when I click here, that's my volume. Where is it? It's back here somewhere. Wind reduction is there now, right? And then ambient, and then high. Yeah. So I am going to take ambient. No, I want ambient on. I want wind reduction off. So you can only choose 2 to 3. And then you have sound modes. So music, game, or spatial sound. I don't think those weren't on the other ones either. Why is my camera decided? I don't really want to focus on anything anymore. Yes? Okay. So I would say app-wise, Edifier wins hands down. You just got way more controls inside here, right? That's the controls. User manual controls, private prop power, Bluetooth factory settings. Very cool. And then you have, again, same thing, sound effects, classic, dynamic, or customize. So if you want to go use classic, dynamic, customize, you can kind of go in here, right? Set, again, there's your equalizer. So you can play around in there. I'm going to go back to classic. And then you have sound modes. See, their app is just more polished, I would say. Definitely more polished. So you have your music. Oh, so this one just gives you... Now, the one thing I do like about... maybe I can't find it, but inside here, like you can't go into a subset, right? Even in customize, it allows you to go in, but that's kind of it. You can add a whole bunch. Is there more? Yeah, so you can share them, delete them, stuff like that. Now, they don't have any presets that I can kind of see, right? Noise canceling sound modes. But that's something that you, if you wanted to spend the time, you could kind of go in and play around with the, sound mode so that you could figure them out. Product position, sound effect files, products compatible, health. What? That's weird. But that's if you log in. I don't have that right now. Product position. What does that even mean? Again, it wants me to log in, which I'm not going to do right now. Looking at the apps, I'd say the Edifier app is definitely, like I said, more polished for sure. It just feels like a nicer app. In regards to like noise canceling and things like that, there's more options to kind of fine tune and move around inside it. But I do like on the Anker or the Soundcore is that has a lot of the presets for like bass boosts and stuff like that. That's kind of nice. This one doesn't necessarily have that, right? I can't tap on the battery is nice, right? So, you know what, take it as you will. I don't necessarily use sound profiles. So that's not a big issue for me. All right, let's listen to some music. So first off, we'll do our blinding lights because that's what we were listening to on the last one. I would say that the Edifier just has a cleaner sound. The Anker's really just cranked up that bass, which if you're a bass hungry person, then you may really like. And it's not bad, but this just feels cleaner, right? It's just like, what would the artist want it to sound like? So if I went to dynamic, you get a bit more bass. And if I went here, of course, I could just be like, you know what? Let's just... And I could crank the bass up, right? I still see the bass is higher on the sound cores, but this is plenty. Like this would probably be better for me because again, with someone that's editing, listening, and wants them for a lot of everything, this seems to give me a cleaner sound. I would say it's definitely a cleaner sound. All right, so let's go back and listen to 3 Days Grace, which is what I was listening to the other day. So this is my new favorite song. Anyways, we'll crank them right up, right? So we're all the way up. Yeah, it's cleaner. It's just cleaner. These I think are louder, but it could be the fact that they pump the bass up so much. So I'd say these are a little bit louder. These are cleaner, right? It's just, again, if I was sitting in a recording studio, like listening to something or listening to music or editing where I want to know a good, real representation of what the audio is, the Edifiers is what I would go with. Now, if you're someone that wants crazy bass and a little bit more volume, not a lot more, but a little bit more volume, because with the Edifiers, when I was talking, listening at a full volume, I couldn't hear myself. Here, I can just hear myself a little bit. So I'd say they're a little bit louder, but it could, again, be that bass increase. So I don't really know. Still, both are pretty awesome. But again, for me, if I had to choose one right now, I'd probably say I'd go with these. But the other thing that's really important, of course, I'm going to take the noise canceling off, and we're going to go to this one, noise canceling off. We're going to go back into our Blackmagic because we're going to do an audio test just to see what the microphones are like on this. So again, we'll go to settings, come down here to Edifier Atom Max. Very good. Turn that around, and we'll do a quick recording here. All right, so this is the actual Edifiers.
you guys will be able to get an idea of what these sound like. So if they sound decent, or something that you wanted to use for Zoom calls or recording or phone calls, this is what the audio is going to be like. So this is going to be untouched, just like I did yesterday with the sound cores. And if you guys want to hear those, make sure you go check out that video.
Well, you know what? If me, had to choose, if I had to choose, I think both of them are great. They're great. They both have different pluses and minuses to them, which I would kind of like. If you're bass hungry, like you really like the bass, then I'd say the Q20i's are bassier, right? I'd say they're bassier. If you want a more pure sound, the Edifiers, I would say go with these ones. The Edifiers have it's just a cleaner sound, and for me it feels like it's more of a sound that you would expect the artist to want you to listen to them as. Edifiers also feel more flagshipy, like they just have the higher quality appearance to them. Like they're tighter, the build seems a bit better. I don't know, this just looks, to me at least, it looks plasticky. It's not that I think they're going to fall apart anytime soon, right? But they do have a more plasticky feel to them, even like the hinges in there with that. Maybe it's the beige color, the cream color, I don't know. But these, because of the swivel arms and that bronzy kind of coppery color here, I don't know, they just feel more like they have value to them. Other than that, like the padding on both of them, good, nothing wrong with them. The only thing that I kind of wish, and again, it's positive or negative. It's really how you take it. I like the fact that the Edifiers, one cable does everything, right? You can charge with this, or you can connect it to your computer and you can use that to hardwire. Kind of cool, right? Kind of nice. But maybe you are not running a computer, you have all your USB ports open, or you have your speakers up there and the speakers have headphone jacks. You want to just be able to plug into the headphone jack. That's kind of nice. Without question, it's kind of nice. Does it matter that much to me? No, I just want to be able to hardwire. I just want to be able to hardwire in. That's it, right? Yeah, so again, if I had to choose myself, I would go with the Edifiers. Myself. If I was more bass hungry, maybe I'd go with the sound cores. Maybe. But they're both bassy. I find though with the sound cores, the bass is it's really up there, right? It's really up there. Because they have that like ultra mega bass kind of feature that you can go into, which just really cranks it up. And at that point, for me, that's actually probably too much bass. And again, you start to, not that it's muffled, it's still fairly clean. It's just not crisp like the Edifiers are. Anyways, I will put links to the Edifiers down below, and my camera has lost focus again. Anyways, I will put links down below to the actual Edifiers if you want to check out the actual sound cores. There is a previous video put up on those. But for me, Edifiers, for sure. I even use Edifier speakers on my computer. Yeah, I like them. They're good. All right, guys. Let me know your thoughts, which ones you would go with. And that's it. Again, links down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I will see you fine folks next video. Later.